Hi everyone! It's middle grade March now, and I just decided to do this video to explain to you why I love middle grade so much. I think, if I think about it, middle grade fantasy would probably be closer to being my favorite genre. And now I'm going to explain several reasons why I love middle grade. So reason number one is pictures. In most middle grade books there are pictures, and I absolutely love it in books. It doesn't matter if they're black and white or colourful, I don't mind either way. I love pictures, even if it's nothing in particular. I love it so much. I just think it adds so much more to the story. So I'm quite a visual person, so I prefer to see what I'm reading about as well, not just imagining it all in my head. Plus I quite like just looking at the pictures in my and appreciate the style of the pictures, even though I know nothing about art or anything like that. I just love a good picture. Reason number two is their size and font. So usually it's quite a big font with big spaces between them, and their size is usually, I don't know, from 200 pages to 350 pages. Sometimes it could be more, but then again font is quite big as well, and I absolutely love it. It makes it so much easier to read, especially if you're reading them in a different language, as I often do, and it feels like you're going through the book so much more quicker, because sometimes if I spend a lot of time on one book I kind of get bored of it or tired of it and I want to move on to something different. And with adult books it's not always possible. The font could be really small and it feels like you're reading one page just for absolutely ages, and I don't like that feeling. Plus in general it's just better for your eyes. You're not kind of trying to concentrate on the font, you're just reading it easily, and it's not kind of, you know, stressing your eyes out or something. Reason number three is that they're light and easy to read in terms of the topics. So usually they are not dealt with heavy topics, or if they are, they're dealt with in a more lighter way, which I absolutely love, because I am a very sensitive person, and when it comes to heavy topics I can't even discuss them. I just find them a bit disturbing, and I feel depressed, deeply depressed, or very sad that I kind of just can't read stuff about that. That's why I never really read contemporary or anything like that, because most of the time it kind of deals with something heavy, with something that just, I can't read such things, to be honest. It's just, I can't do that. And usually middle grade, especially middle grade fantasy, it's so light-hearted and so easy to read because of that, because it's made kind of for children, for middle grade, or for adults who like such things. So I'm one of them, and I just appreciate it. Whenever I read a middle grade book I never feel depressed or anything like that. Sometimes it could be sad or something, but at the same time they usually end in a way that you feel light and fine or happy at the end of the book. Reason number four is that middle grade books are more magical, feels like they're more magical, and everything is possible. So in adult books you'd be like, that's a bit unrealistic. In middle grade books everything seems to be more realistic, more possible, because it's just a children's book or middle grade book, so it's fine. So you don't kind of pay attention to, oh, that's a bit impossible. Sometimes it could be a bit over exaggerated, I think, but that's not in every book, and usually it definitely feels more magical. The atmosphere of them is much more magical. It's much more kinder, much more nicer, much more comfortable, and things like that. Reason number five is that I find the main characters are more likable most of the time, not all the time. Sometimes if I'm reading a middle grade book the main characters could be a bit irritating, they could be a bit, I don't know, too much of them or something. I don't know how to explain that feeling, but just sometimes feel like they're annoying, they're being a bit too childish. But I like the main characters who are different, because they are basically children and they don't have those adult problems or teenage drama. They're pure souls, they're pure curiosity, just something that moves the story forward, and they don't think about anything much. They're just concentrated in what's happening to them. They don't have anything else, so it kind of helps you to be in their world and forget about the adult world that we live in. Children in those books are usually much more adventurous. They are not troubled by anything. Plus those books could bring you to your childhood, and for me that's a great feeling, to be honest, because when I think of my childhood, I remember being happy and doing different things, imagining different things. And when I read books like that, it just brings me to that feeling, brings me back to my childhood. So that's absolutely precious, that feeling. Reason number 6 is their covers. Most of the time, I love middle grade covers. I don't know, there's just something about their style, most of the time new covers at least. Something about it that I just absolutely love about them. They're usually so colourful, and they don't have people on the cover. If they are, they're usually kind of like cartoon type or kind of, you know, drawn people. And that's what I like about them as well, because I don't like photos or pictures of people on the book covers. I just don't like that. It doesn't look good to me. But with middle grade, it's usually cartoon style or something, again, colourful and absolutely gorgeous. Reason number 7 is that middle grade books are cozy reads, at least for me, especially if they're fantasy books. If I want something cozy and comfortable and nice, a middle grade book for me is perfect, a fantasy middle grade book. Reason number 8 is that they're for pure entertainment, mostly. Again, fantasy books, I think, because I don't really read middle grade books that are set in real world. It's not really the same thing. So fantasy books, fantasy middle grade books are definitely for pure entertainment, and I absolutely love that. So if you want to spend a good time, just read a middle grade fantasy book and I don't think you will be disappointed in any way. So these are the 8 reasons that I came up with why I love middle grade so much. It's definitely one of my favorite things to read about, and now you know why. Tell me in the comments if you love middle grade and your reasons for loving it, or why you don't love middle grade. I would actually be quite curious to know as well. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye.